Hey, Jaden Fox here. Have you ever done the personal work and done the hard stuff and you get these giant breakthroughs and you get to the space where you're on top of the world and you're clear and you're like, yes, I did it. And then hours or days later, your whole world collapses in upon you and you feel just destroyed and like pummeled. And you're like, what did I do wrong? Like, where am I messing up? Anyone else? Or is it just me? What if it's not something you're doing wrong? What if you're being attacked? It's a weird question. You're like, there's nobody around me. How can I be attacked? That's what we're going to look at in program 2D. Are you secretly being attacked? So welcome back. In our last program, 2C, we looked at who or what are these invaders? What is this interference that messes in our reality? And we looked at kind of the map or the outline in the way that I perceive them and the classifications. And the different classifications that I broke them into were exploiters, which typically fall into the category of gods, demonics, angels, aliens. These are energies that their focus is to use you, is to get something from you. And often they use trickery or control or manipulation or even trying to overpower you. Depends on what game. They all have different games. But they're looking to extract something from you, whether they're trying to harvest energy, trying to get you to, they're trying to control you to create things for them, trying to distort your mind to get you to alter your version of reality and in alignment with how they want this reality to be created. It's like they're beings who do whatever they can. They're masterful manipulators, and they do whatever they can to trick you into doing what they want and getting from you what they want to get from you. And their agenda is to exploit. What they tell you is actually going on. The story, the facade they give you is often a Trojan horse, is typically not really what they're really doing. When you look multiple layers back behind and you really start to allow yourself to become aware beyond the illusions and facades of this reality, you start to notice things aren't the way they appear to be. And as you become more aware, you can't ignore those facades anymore. They impact you so physically, you feel it, that if you don't allow yourself to become aware of it, nothing in this reality makes sense. And as you look around, you're noticing that there's not a lot that makes sense. The more you start to dig into this, it actually is like, oh, that's why this is doing that. Oh, I see. Okay. So the next category we looked at are creatures. And creatures are just these non-physical energies that are just kind of hanging out. They're sort of on vacation, holding energies. They're put there by the exploiters. Actually, before that, we looked at entities, earthbound spirits. We looked at the ghosts of this realities and found that there's only a small percentage of ones that are authentic ghosts. There's a very large percentage of ones that are actually copy, clones, replicants through some technological process. So there's a lot of weirdness in this reality. The next category we looked at were tricksters. Tricksters are these energies that just love to mess with human beings. They show up as these guides, these very knowing, very aware, very helpful guides. And they will actually help you. And then they flip around about face and then they just mess with you really fierce and they cause your energy to collapse. They kind of crash you into walls and they do bizarre things. They're their own guys. They're kind of like this, they love to mess with you just to mess with you, and they love chaos. They just love chaos. It's kind of their thing. The last category that we've looked at were what I call corruptors. And corruptors are kind of, they feel like these underworld, earth-based energies that used to help take and recycle the dead and death energies in this planet, like the funguses, the mildews, the molds, that kind of frequency, that general energy. But these are non-physical energies, and they've gotten corrupted and gotten altered to the point where they're seeking to prematurely break down and corrupt and take down, specifically bodies is what I'm most interested in, but this reality in general as well. And so there's underworld creatures and there's corruptors, and they play different games, but similar frequencies. And it's like, what is the big picture of what's going on here? What if this planet is being manipulated, being altered in a really big way, and you're being invited to become aware and step up and support this planet by saying, hey, you know, this doesn't feel right. I choose this to be different. And what if you can banish these players from your personal reality, at minimum, or from this planet, or from this universe, this bigger space, this bigger Earth project? And what if your voice matters? What if your opinion matters? What if your becoming aware helps the planet to become aware, helps all these other pockets of unconsciousness to start to become aware and start to kick out this interference and take back this world? You can look around and go, this ain't right. What if it's time for you to become aware and share that awareness with the planet and go, yeah, you know, planet, this ain't right. So we need to change this. And it's not that the planet is dying and it's doomed. No, it's just becoming aware. And how can you help the planet become aware? Are you secretly being attacked? For years, I had thought that there was just something messed up with me, where I would make this huge forward progress and then my whole world would collapse in on me. And I thought, well, I'm just not doing it right, or something I didn't clear enough. And the more aware I became, the more aware I started to become of, there's this other force, this interference that's reacting to what I do. And there are sometimes it reacts quite strongly. And it's like this traumatic experience in my reality. I had assumed for way too long that all energies were benevolent and helpful, or at least mildly neutral or not a big deal. What I learned was that's not necessarily true. I want to share with you this experience I had. This was before I started doing the work that I do today. I was just minding my own business. And I was noticing this like clouds of energy around me, and that my body was starting to constrict. I was starting to have these weird constrictions in my back that I'd not had before. It was like my muscles in and of themselves were just contracting. And I was just this intense thing that I couldn't seem to snap out of. I couldn't seem to avoid. I couldn't seem to evade. By evening, I was in full-on panic mode. My body was literally having a panic attack, and it felt like I just needed to run. I just needed to get out, but I didn't know what I was running from, and I didn't know where I was going to go, and I just felt like I was being pummeled and beat up. It was like the feeling of being on the ground and people with baseball bats or something just beating on me, but there's nobody around me. Like, it just wasn't a thing. Yet That's my body felt that, and I couldn't clear it. I couldn't change it. There's just nothing I could do. And I kept asking, what do I do here? What do I do? And I had this sense that I needed to get out of this house. I needed to get out of my house. And so I left my house and I went over to a friend's house and I described it, and he's like, dude, you need to chill. I'm like, yeah, but I can't. I'm under like this weird, he gave me the sedative, which really helped. My body just totally relaxed. I fell asleep. The next morning, I felt trashed, but better. And I went digging for answers. And I started searching, and I came upon this podcast where they were talking about how aware people are being energetically attacked. And I just was like, it just nailed me. It was like, was I attacked? Am I being attacked? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, but it felt so light, I couldn't ignore it. Like, I'm being attacked. But who would attack me? Like, nobody would want to attack me. And you might be thinking, well, Jaden, here you are banishing aliens and saying all this stuff is like needs to leave the planet. Of course they're going to attack you. Hello, you're making enemies. But this is before I did any of that. Like, I didn't even know about that. I was still love and light and, oh, let's go hang out with the angels and the aliens and the gods and let's all have fun together. Honest, that's where I was at the time. And I just was like, attacked. Why would they attack me? And I was just dumbfounded by that notion that any energy would want to attack me. I was very passive. I was very not like I am today. At just very mild and meek and passive and quiet. But this had to change. And it wasn't a one-time thing. This attack kind of paradigm kicked in multiple times. It's like, oh man, I got to do something about this. The first step that changed things was I had to admit I was being attacked. And I want to invite you into beginning to explore, is there someone or something seeking to attack you? And what shifted for me, and we'll come back to that, but it's like what shifted for me was I kept asking questions about attack, and I'm like, I'm going to make sense of this. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to change this. I just had this sense of this is going to change, and nothing's going to stop me from doing that. I will find a way to resolve this, and that's what I do when I get desperate. It's like, this is going to change, and I'm going to find a solution to this. And one day I could feel this precursor to an attack coming on, and I got really alert and I started to get really aware of what's going on. And I tuned in and I felt the presence of this large group kind of sitting around in a circle, and it felt like they were chanting or something. It felt like sorcerers or something. I don't know. Not exactly like that, but it's the closest story I can come up with. And it was like this group of beings, they were not humans, sitting in a circle, and it's almost like they were beginning to focus in my reality, and I could perceive them tuning into my reality all around me, and this energy starting to build up in a circle around me. And I'm like, damn, they're attacking me. They're doing this ritual to attack me. And I didn't think about it. I just took action, and I made myself physically present. I jumped into their reality. I borrowed a body and became present in their reality. And they scattered. They were just freaked out and scattered. And I was able to subdue one of them, and I grabbed him. I'm like, why are you attacking me? And just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Why are you attacking me? Why? Like, I needed to know why. And just kept mumbling and mumbling, like, spit it out. Why are you attacking me? And he said, well, we're saving the world. We're saving everything. What? What do you mean you're saving everything? Like, you're the destroyer of all worlds. Like, you can destroy all of our non-physical realities. Like, we need to stop you before you destroy everything. And I was just like, whoa. What is that? And I was just so startled. I let him go and he scampered away. And I'm like, wow. And I'd heard the destroyer of all worlds in the past. I'd been accused of that, or I'd been given that label. And this is when I was passive. And I'm like, destroyer of all worlds. So here I've got interference, the energy of interference that feels it's okay to interfere in human reality. Most aware beings will not interfere in human reality. It's against their rules to interfere. It violates free will. They're like, no, we can't. These are beings who are exploiters. They're like, whatever, dude, I'm going to go do what I want to do down in this earth place. They're kind of the guys we're talking about here. And from their perspective, from exploiters' perspective, they were telling me that I was a future threat. Now, I kind of felt that. Like, I knew in some level, this is almost 10 years ago from this recording. Like, I knew that. I knew that I could feel that there was the potential way down the road that I could be this threat, but I couldn't picture me. Like, how the heck is me, this passive person who loves everything and just wants to be friends with everything? Like, how am I going to be a threat? And this guy gave me the secret. They were attacking me because of what I was capable of becoming, not because of who I was in that moment. It was a preemptive attack to try to stop me from stepping into my power, my potency, my purpose, my thing before I got there. Before I became too powerful, too aware, they were going to try to shut that down. Mind blown. That changed the game for me on many, many, many levels. One, it told me that it's not just this weird-ass story that I'm making up in my head that I can make a difference in this planet, because I know I'm here to change the planet. I used to say that all the time. I'm here to change the planet. Don't ask me how, but back then, like, I had no clue how, but I knew I was here to change the planet. What I became clear on is that one thing, whether I step into my purpose or not, they're going to attack me because of what I'm capable of becoming. Whether I choose to become it or not is immaterial to them. They will attack people because of the potential of what you could become, not what you are. So whether you become it or whether you don't become it, you undergo the same level of attack. The only difference is if you step into it, you become stronger and you can shut down the attacks and you can step out of and clear and banish. So what I learned is I really have one choice. It's to step up or die, be tortured, suffer with all this stuff. And that, I know that's heavy, but that was, for me personally, what I had come to. It's like, I need to do this. I need to step up and I need to get to a space where they can't attack me. So I was actually being pushed by interference to step into more of my power, my potency, my clarity, and do what I came here to be and do, which I thought was a little screwy, but they were trying to prevent me from doing that. Wow. Okay. So I want to ask you, I want to start to personalize that. It's like, did you come here for some reason? Is there some mission? Is there something you're here to do? Are you here to become stronger? Are you here to change this planet in some way? And have you been attacked? And I've kicked up a lot of stuff, so let's do a little bit of clearing. So it is everything that's upper active around all these topics. Wow. What are all the decisions? What do I want to grab? What is all the unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, disinformation cloaking? Where Nikki's command, booby chaps, covert, unseen, unacknowledged, undisclosed, unknowable, unspeakable, unseeable, untouchable, undetectable energies around all that? There's a big field of energy up now. Can we intend to push this whole big pile way out in front of you? Yeah, I choose that. And say, yes, I choose that. And just way out in front. And I've noticed that Some people just kind of sit here and listen, watch this thinking it does some magical thing just by sitting here and watching. It requires your participation. Yes, you, the person watching this, you need to take action here, okay? Not need. I invite you to take action here. It's like take all the energies that are up and just intend, use your hands, do like I'm doing, intend to just push all those energies out of your space into the pile out front. And if you did it, you'll feel your body kind of relax. That's what we're looking for. And what are all the energies that are down below? And just there's a field of energies. Just push all those in the pile way out front, like several meters out in front of you, or the other side of your house, outside, however far you need to push it, so that when you push it out, it's far enough away that your body goes, oh, whew, it's gone. Okay? That's how you know you're doing it right, when your body relaxes from pushing it out. And what are all the energies behind you around all these topics? And just intend to grab those energies, that cloud of energies, put them all out in front, way out front. And body, let all that stuff go. And say out loud, body, let all that go. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Not you, not yours. Wow. And all the energies from up above, and above that, and above that, and above that, all in the pile, way out front. And everything, all the energies on the left, all the energies on the right, all the energies inside the body from head to toe, strip all those out. Oh, anything that's related to this topic, anything that's preventing you from being aware of whether you've ever been attacked or not, all in the pile. And any energies you have stored in the planet, all in the pile. All in the pile, and encapsulate that pile. And can we shrink all that? Do you intend, or are you willing to shrink all that stuff down to less than nothing? Yeah, I choose that. And say out loud, yes, I choose that, if you do. And imagine this whole thing in like a big glass marble, and then picture that marble half that size, and half that size again, and half that size again, and half that size again, and half until it's so small, it gets half so small so often, it just kind of ceases to exist. And you'll feel this kind of weird energy in your space, like a pebble, a rock dropped into a pond, and the ripples going out as all the energy updates itself. And sometimes there's a lot of big stuff in there, so you shrink it down, you're like, it's not totally rippling yet, it's not gone yet. And so I go back, and it means there's bigger energies there. So grab the bigger energies and smaller, less than nothing. Keep shrinking, until it's so small you just feel this like, whoa, what was that? That's what we're looking for. That, whoa, what was that? Okay. And I want to clear some of the exploiters around. So what are the exploiters? Corruptors, Tricksters here. Pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, top-down, trace, scan, idle. And all their networks, hive civilizations, universes, and all their controllers, handlers, commanders, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate. All their customers, clients, shareholders, stock board directors, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate all. And can we banish, do you choose to banish all this interference from your reality so you can see things more clearly? Yeah, I choose that. And out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish. Let's check it. So truth, have you ever been attacked? Well, so let's check this. So truth, how often has your body or being been under attack by non-physical energies? And see which one of these later. Once a year? Once a month? Once a day? Once an hour? More often than that? Never. And just feel into that. And what I'm inviting you to do is to start becoming aware of the potential. And I'm not saying you are being attacked, because I don't know you personally at the moment. I'm inviting you into the potential of checking it. Because if you're open to going, somebody could be attacking, some energy could be attacking me, that is a game changer. Because if you know you're under attack, if like in the physical world, if somebody's coming after you with a baseball bat, are you going to go, oh, I'll just ignore them and they'll go away? No, you're going to run, you're going to attack them back, you're going to take some physical action. when you've got non-physical energies around you that are attacking you and you can't see them, if you don't let yourself perceive that they're coming after you, you're not going to take appropriate action. And in this video, I want to show you how you can perceive them and how you can find out what is the appropriate action that you can take. What are the reasons for them attacking? And we've come up with this list here that you see. These are the main, there are other more subtle ones, but these are the core ones. And so I want to ask you, and not every attack is the same, but picture the bulk of your attacks, and let's just get information on this and see, truth, how much were your attacks in general to prevent you from knowing, being, or doing something? How much were the attacks to harvest energy from you? How much were the attacks to push you back down, get you to stop making forward progress? How much were the attacks to install additional controls, limitations, and manipulations? How much were the attacks to distract, redirect, divert, draw away from, or cover for something bigger? How much were the attacks to dominate or control you? How much were the attacks to have you create for their agenda? Like you haven't been creating for them, so they're reminding you that you haven't. And how much you've been attacked for some other reason. And everybody's got a different grouping of those, and it's probably more than one. Like I've had every single one of those at some point in time. Most of mine are number 1, number 2, number 3. I probably have them listed in order there. So it's just a way of checking, and we've got a more detailed way of listing that and getting more clarity on that. But these are the core. It's like, what is their objective? Why are they attacking you? So who is attacking? Okay, so most people come to me and they think it's some human. It's my sister. She's been taken over by this devil thing and they're attacking me. I hear that kind of story all the time. It's this person who doesn't like me. Of all the times I've investigated, and I've investigated hundreds of these things, typically it's not humans. Humans are not powerful enough to attack. The interference in that human could be, but often the interference that's in that human is the same interference that's outside that human that's hanging out around you. It's like it works through them and it works through you and it works through others. It's not that human, it's the interference that's manipulating that human. So typically it's a non-physical energy that's doing the attacking. And people always want to know, oh, is it the alien? Is it the reptilian? Like, is it the mantis? I know it's the mantis. They just have that look in their eyes. I know it. It's like, we have all these interesting stories that we create. My interesting point of view after spending almost a decade on this topic and researching it and exploring it and working with people and making sense of this is it's not one thing. It's actually, there are dozens of races that naturally attack. They're just a race that does that. There are a lot of mercenary groups. There are a lot of groups that are, they're just paid rabble rousers. They just love to do that thing, and gods or aliens or even angels will pay them in some energetic way to rough you up because you're not doing what those beings want you to do. I see that kind of stuff a lot. They're often sent by overlords, archons, corruptors, gods. Like these higher level beings are like, well, we're not being successful, so let's rough them up a little bit. Yeah, these aren't pleasant beings. So don't get attached to specifically who it is, because in all the years of my going through all this, it is so intricate and sophisticated and intertwined that when you see what's really going on, it's not one group. It's really complex. It's more like the paradigm you see in the physical reality of, it's like you hear that there's some group that's taken down some dictator in some country. And then the more you find that that group has been paid by, say, the CIA, which is doing a hidden black ops that's trying to take down, and the country that's paying for it doesn't even know they're paying these other energies to take down this dictator. Like, it's typically that kind of thing. It's all hidden and tangled and obfuscated, so it's really difficult to make sense of. But I'm going to show you how you can actually get the answers, but don't expect to make sense of it mentally, because it's a really convoluted thing. So how do you find out what's interfering with your life? And what most people would say is, well, ask the universe. The problem is the universe, quote, the universe, is a construct of false light. It's a overlay of the same players that are doing the attacking. So asking the universe, they're going to say, oh, there's no one attacking you. That's not a good source of information. So a source of information is either tapping into your infinite being and just sensing what's true, or connecting to your body. Your body is a piece of the planet, which is a piece of the authentic all that is, and connected to all of that, or controlling all of that, are what I call the fields. So your body has a body field, a field of intelligence that is around your body. The planet has a field of intelligence. This all that is has a big field of intelligence and information. That's what we connect to. It's like, and how do you do that? You just ask your body. I connect to my body, and I connect to my planet, and I ask for information. I just ask questions, and I just allow myself to download this information. And I've talked about it in other programs, and I'll link to those other programs in the ebook, but it's a concept that I call asking and receiving. The truth is so convoluted that there isn't a simple answer to it. So what we do is we download the answer from the big field of all that is, and we let the body digest it, which is kind of, the body knows how to decompress that information and receive it in the body. So it's like this holographic encrypted package of information that the authentic field sends you that no one else can read but you, but your body. Your body de-encrypts that and lets that information percolate through your space over a day, over a couple days, and you just start to feel a sense of knowing about something. You won't mentally understand it, because this goes way beyond the mind's capacity. It's so intricate, it's so complex, but your body will get it, and you'll just know. You're like, I have a sense of what I need to do here. Like when I went out and I attacked that group that was in the circle, I had no mental understanding of that. It was just this knowing. It's like, ooh, this is a group attack, a group that's attacking. And I just took action. I just like had this gut of what to do. And I took apart that circle. I scared them so bad they didn't come back. It's like that action I had no mental understanding of. It wasn't until years later, honestly, that I actually really got the big picture of what was going on, as I kept asking questions like, what was that circle? And it feels like saucer energy. Like, I didn't know that at the time. So don't expect to know it. You'll just know what to do in order to change it. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to ask your body, you're going to ask the big field through your body these questions, and you're going to download this package of information, and you're just going to notice there's energy flowing in your body. That's it. You're not going to hear things. You're not going to see things. Matter of fact, if you do hear things, or you do see things, or you get this mental image, or you hear words, it's distraction. It's typically interference messing with you. Don't follow any of those. They're all distraction. You just put your attention in your body, on your body. You ask these questions, and then you just allow yourself to download the answer, and then you move on with your day. That's it. That's all you do. And you'll feel different, and you'll start to intuitively know things, even if your mind doesn't comprehend what's going on. And I've got more detailed instructions in the ebook for this, which I recommend that you look at. If you have not yet done if you've not yet learned ask and receive, how to ask and always receive is what I call it, where you ask for these downloads and then you perceive this energy moving in your body and boop, I got it. You let it integrate and then you just wait a day or two or whatever and you just start to know stuff. And then you ask more questions and download and more questions and download. That's how I figured this stuff out. I just kept asking lots of questions, downloading, and I would start to get awarenesses and understandings. And over time, my mind begins to comprehend. But I got to tell you, your mind is the last to understand this information. Don't expect to comprehend it mentally. It doesn't work that way. Your mind's been programmed to not understand this. So you're not going to understand it. But you're going to intuitively go, oh, I need to do this. And you won't necessarily know why. You'll just know I need to do this, and you'll trust yourself. And when you do it, things get better. That's how this works. Okay? So you're going beyond that. So I call it asking and receiving. So let's do a little bit of clearing first. So the thing that comes up for people typically is, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell. And it's doubt, like, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell. I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell is always a lie. For an infinite being, you always do have access to the truth. You may choose to not have access to the truth, but all it's showing you is you're not leaning into the part of you that does know. You're leaning into the part of you that does not know. Okay, so don't accept that. Instead of accepting, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell, one, we clear it. And two, we just lean into the part of us that does know. Because there's a part of you, an infinite part of you that does know the answers to all this stuff. So let's just do clearing. What is everything up or active around anything that we've brought up so far? And anything in the way of you knowing your truth. And it's just all this cloud of noise, chaos, and can we just push all that stuff in the pile way out front? Yeah, I choose that. Just way out front till the body lets go and encapsulate so it can't run away. And allow yourself to perceive what is all the I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell, or dormant or hidden, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't tell. And what is everything down below that, and below that, and below that, and below that, and intertangle and intertwine with all that, and grab all that stuff and push all that into the pile. So those are what I call looping emotion projectors. Access calls those distractor implants. They're basically technological implants. They're like holographic projectors. They just project this energy into your body. You can't grab the hologram. You need to grab the projector. So allow yourself to perceive what are all the projectors that are projecting, I don't know, I'm not sure, and I can't tell into your body. Yeah, those. And just grab all those. And as you pull them out, you may notice there's like wires or they're tangled together with other things. Grab everything they're tangled together with. All that garbage. Just all that garbage. All the fear, blame, shame, regret, guilt, all that other crap is attached to that. All way out front. All in the pile. All in the pile. Encapsulate. What are all the random chaos generators? Ooh. All that stuff in the pile. Wow. What are all the monitoring and prediction devices, like devices that are put in your reality to monitor you and attempt to make sense of what you're doing and how you're doing it, or predicting what you're actually trying to do? Because honestly, they really, for the most part, have no freaking clue what you're doing. Most of what you function with, unless you're using your mind, is way outside of their paradigm. So all the monitoring prediction devices that you perceive in your reality, all out front, all in the pile. All in the pile, and everything from down below, back behind, up above, way out front, from the left, from the right, everything from inside body, from head to toe, in the pile, everything from inside the planet, all in the pile, all in the pile. Encapsulate all that, and can we shrink all that stuff down to less than nothing? Picture it smaller, 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 half that size, half. And then all the bigger stuff, half. Less than nothing, hyper shrink, smaller, until you feel this just kind of, it's like, wow, space, it's gone. Okay? Wow. And the next thing we want to do is, what are all the entities, demonics, creatures, aliens, reptilians, parasitics, beings, doings, gods, angels, light beings, slippery beings, archons, corruptors, tricksters, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, freeze, top-down, trace, scan, ideal, all their networks, hives, civilizations, universes, all their controllers, handlers, commanders, all their customers, clients, shareholders, stock, board directors, pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, all. Ooh, well, a lot of them now. Pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, all. We got their attention. Pre-tag, pre-encapsulate, all. And where were we, the infinite beings, at their creation? Perceive that. Tag anything you get there. At their assembly? Tag that. At their gilding? Ooh, tag that. Those are gods. At their sourcing? Tag that. At their inception? Ooh, tag all those. At their insertion? At their modification? At their corruption? Wow. Pre-tag, pre-encapsulate. At their distortion? Pre-tag, pre-encapsulate. Wow. And can we banish all these energies from all dimensions, realities, parallels, virtual reality, worlds, simulations, or just your space, however big you want to make them gone? And just say, yes, I choose that, if you do. And say, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish. And those are magic words, so say them, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish. That tells the big field what your intention is. You're saying, out, you're not allowed, you've been banished from my space, and you're vanquished, you're never to return. And if you do it correctly, they can't come back. Doesn't mean the other 6,554,000 other ones can't, but eventually clear those too. It's kind of, I use often the analogy of an ant in an anthill. If you squash 3 ants that are on your kitchen counter, doesn't mean you've got the whole anthill. It's like, well, I killed them, they're back. No, they're probably other ones. It's kind of like that. Okay, so out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out. And what is all the manipulations and illusions? All the identity theft, borrowed credibility, Trojan horses, inversions, false reciprocal debt, recursive entrapments. Ooh, and all the cores. Perceive all the cores. And can we destroy and create all those, including the cores? Yeah, I choose that. Boo, and just shrink. Halfway there, pulverize everything. It's all powder. And then shrink the rest of the way. No, wait. I'm looking to get the cores gone. No, wait. And then out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish. So we've destroyed all the illusions and manipulations that make you feel like they're valuable. And then you banish the ones that are remaining. And out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish, out, banish, vanquish. Okay, so how do you change this attack thing? I call it ending attacks. Cleverly named. What I've found is that in order for attack to occur, you need to be in a victim space. So it's kind of like, picture in the physical world, this person, a human walking down the street, and it's looking for which victim it's going to attack. And there's 2 possibilities. On the left side of the road, there's a person who's like, you mess with me and I will fuck you up really bad. And on the other side of the road, there's a person who's cowering like, oh, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Why does everybody always hurt me? That perpetrator, who are they going to go after? Yeah, they're not going to go after the one over here that's like, Rrr. They're going to go after the one that's playing victim. Okay? They're going to go after one they know they can be successful with. The victim perpetrator is a polarity thing. When you're a victim, you're a magnet for a perpetrator, and victim meet perpetrator, perpetrator meet victim. It's the same thing as the prey and predator energy. It's like when you're being prey, the predator can sense you. If you're being a predator, is a predator going to come near you? No, predator's going to stay away. So it's what we're doing here is this reality has conditioned you to be a victim and be small and be pathetic and, oh, poor me, I'm helpless, I'm hopeless. Oh. So you're ripe for attack. You're open for easy attack, right? So what we do is we engage these questions to shift your energy state from being a victim prey who's open to attack to being someone who energetically has the appearance of being bigger and badderer than that which is seeking to attack you. Okay? So you get these non-physical energies that are like, yeah, I'm big and bad, but they're actually like really tiny and they're like, they're Lilliputians. Yeah, I'm really big and bad. Oh, don't mess with me. Right? They come along. And then you step into the full infinite power of you and go, I'm going to destroy you. They go, yoop, 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 yoop. They run away. That's the game. Okay? It's this energetic game, and you're an energetic master. And I'm inviting you to be more of the energetic master that you be, instead of being the victim that this reality has conditioned you to be. You aren't a victim. And to the degree that you choose to stand in the role of a victim, perpetrators seek you out. Perpetrators need victims, or they can't be perpetrators. Attackers can't attack if they don't have victims to attack, right? If you're all of a sudden this big bad monster that's going to just wipe them off the face of existence, they're going to think twice about attacking you. That's what we're doing. We're playing this game of energy. And how do you do that? Well, we ask questions and we download these frequencies into our body that make us big and bad for these specific attackers. And we've got a document. It's in the shop if you want to really go intense, but you really don't need to start with all the big questions. I have this small group of questions that are the beginner questions. It's where we started for years. Just this group of questions is what we did to get rid of attackers. Now we have a much more sophisticated list so we can figure out who they are, what's going on, the dance, and it gets more sophisticated. But very simple. Use this. In the ebook, this list is there. You can go to it anytime, and you can even print it out. Have it handy. When you feel like you're under attack, when you start to feel this victim thing coming on, you start asking these questions. And I'm going to walk you through it. Here's how you go. So allow yourself to perceive the energy. So probably not under attack right now because I'm here and we're doing this stuff and we've been kicking things out. But allow yourself to perceive a time what's the most recent time, or how do I ask it? What are energies that frequently attack you? Allow yourself to perceive those. And it doesn't have to make any sense. Just invite yourself to tap into that information. And your body probably feels that it's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to go there. Okay. So now we're consciously flipping that around. So we're going to ask, who or what are these attackers? And receive. So we want to know what this is. Not know here, but know here. So allow yourself to ask and do it out loud. Who or what are these attackers? And you're kind of asking your body or the planet or the big field of all infinite knowing kind of thing. Who or what are these attackers? And say the word receive and touch your heart. And put your attention inside your body and just look for movement of energies in your body. That's it. It's your whole job. Put your focus in your body, movement of energies in your body. And just hold it there. Just look for energies moving. Who or what are these attackers? And receive. Put your energy, your focus in your body. And you'll start to feel just this movement of energy, like you're downloading things, like the matrix, those little green numbers kind of cascading down the screen. It's however you want to, however you perceive it in your body. That's how I feel in my body often. And if you hear thoughts, if you see things, just ignore it. If you hear words, just ignore them all. Your focus is just on receiving this download. That's it. And then we ask, and we kind of hold there for 10, 15 seconds. And then we ask the next question. What can I do with these attackers? And receive. And put your attention on your body. Focus inside. And just feel energy flows. You're not looking for answers. You're just looking for energy movement. That's it. Just feel energy moving. And then what motivates these attackers? And receive. And just put your attention in your body and just pay attention to energy flows wherever they are. We don't care. It's really just a trick to have you focus, put your attention inside your body, not in your head, inside your body, right here. Just feel energies. And what are these attackers' weaknesses so that I can exploit them and receive? And focus inside your body. Just notice energy movement. And what are these attackers' strengths so that I can use them to my advantage and receive? And focus in your body. So it's like if you know how they're strong, you can know how to work around that and use it to your advantage and receive. Just notice energy flows. Don't be distracted by thoughts or words or, oh, I know these are the ones that are connected to the Palladians and these are the... Just feel your body. That's it. No stories. And what are all the connections these attackers have with me and how can I flip them to be used to my benefit and receive? Inside your body. Just look for energy flows. Just to attend to the energy flows. That one has more. I can feel that. And with practice, you get better at this and you'll start doing it better. And who are their enemies? Natural predators and opposition. So everybody's got enemies out there. You're basically tuning into who are their enemies, like who are the enemies of the beings who are attacking you, and allow yourself to receive. Who are their enemies? And then we add on to that, how can I use everything those enemies, natural predators, and opposition know? How can I use everything they know about these attackers to my local advantage? Like their predators, their enemies have learned all kinds of things about how to take these guys down. How can you borrow that information and use it? Even if you just pretend to be one of their natural predators so they go running in the other direction. Whatever, you don't know, don't think about it, just allow yourself to receive. What we're having you do is to start to think like a predator or think like an attacker instead of thinking like a victim and thinking like prey. And as you download those frequencies, that which is attacking you feels those frequencies. It's like, oh, that feels like that predator that we're afraid of. We're not going to, I don't care how much they pay us, we're not going to mess with this person because they have something to do with the predators that attack us. So we aren't getting involved, and they run away. It's just a game of energy. It's just a game of energy. That's it. You can play all kinds of games as an energy being. You can do magic just by holding different energies. That's what this does. It just has you hold different energies. So the magic here is in flipping your perspective and allowing you to download the frequencies that allow you to be not a victim. And over time, you start to just know when these attackers come up, I just pop into these energies, which I don't understand the frequencies. I just know this attacker, I bring up this frequency, and they run that way. I have no clue what's going on, and I don't care. It's just like I've just learned this frequency repels them. Great. Problem solved. Okay? So it can be really, really, really simple. Again, brain, no clue. Don't expect the brain to understand this. It's the frequencies that you download that you learn to work with. That's where the magic is. Okay? So people ask, how is this possible? Like, why is this happening? And I want to say on a bigger level, and I don't have time to go into it in this video, but how are attacks possible? Your body has likely been altered to make it more accessible to interference. And there's millions of people on the planet who are going through depression, anxiety, being stressed out. And why that is, there's a lot of speculation for it. But that it is happening is just, it's happening. Okay? The quickest solution I know is if you have constant attacks, or you have notice attack is a big deal, or it happens a lot, or if you notice that you try to clear and clear and clear, and you can clear and then 10 minutes later it's back, or half an hour later it's back. You should be able to clear and spend most of your day, like if you're not tangling out in the world with weird stuff, you should be able to be in your own space and not have other stuff interfere with you for most of the day. If that's not true, then there could be something in your neurochemistry that's out of balance, and it's very simple to fix for most people. If you have low energy, taking amino acids is a game changer for you. If you have high energy, then there's something different that's required. Go to my website, and I ultimately will link you there. And again, we don't have all the solutions yet, but if you have low energy, you basically have low dopamine, and by taking L-tyrosine and L-phenylalanine, you can bring your energy up. Okay? If you have depression, feeling under attack, it's low serotonin. Taking tryptophan just resets things. It's kind of like your brain doesn't have the neurochemistry, the raw materials it requires to function properly. Your brain is being deprived of what it needs to make connections, make circuits, and use the systems that are already there. So when you feel under attack, it's typically low serotonin, and all you have to do is increase your serotonin by taking tryptophan, if you're low energy person, and all of a sudden, within 10 minutes, it goes away. I could have the worst attack. I could wake up in the middle of the night sometimes in this panic attack. My body's just in this panic attack, and I feel attack. Okay? I don't even have to, the first thing isn't to go run and ask those questions. My first thing is to get my serotonin and GABA, that I already know, and I take those, and within 10 minutes, typically it just calms down, body's fine, and I can go back to sleep again. If it doesn't go away, then I go ask my questions, and I load in those frequencies that chase off the attackers. This comes first. Do this first. If you haven't checked your levels yet, go to jaden-fox.com/quiz-intro. And it will take you through it's a clinical diagnostic to take a look at your different neurotransmitter levels. And here's what I've noticed. People who have low dopamine typically will hear aliens or highly controlling beings. Like low dopamine equals I hear aliens. It could be high dopamine as well, but low dopamine we can solve very easily just by taking amino acids. High dopamine is something different. So it's like if you take the amino acids, all of a sudden aliens go. Controlling voices are gone because the circuits are now functioning correctly. It's like when your amino acids are low, it opens a space for interference to come through your body. It's not through your being, it's typically through your body. So by handling that, by getting yourself plenty of dopamine, plenty of serotonin, plenty of GABA, all of a sudden your body goes back to this good state. Actually, after having done this, my body's in a better place than I've ever been my entire life. I'm stronger, clearer, feel better, more positive, more relaxed, more energy than I've ever consistently had in this entire lifetime. Because I'm keeping all my levels at a high level and body's just functioning the way it's supposed to. Okay? So if you have attacks going on, do check those and do explore that. It is worth doing. If you have low energy, taking amino acids could be just amazing solution. And you could eliminate most attacks just by taking a couple little pills you get from the store. I'm like, oh, it's so simple. So ending attacks, please play with this. Play with the questions, check your amino acid levels, and explore with getting those balanced off. And between the two of these, this is a game changer. You will end attacks. It's not going to happen necessarily instantaneously. It takes time to download, time to process that. But even after you're done asking those questions, if you're in the middle of attack, they'll feel those frequencies and they'll start to run or they'll back up. They're like, oh, this is weird. I feel the predator, or I feel them knowing who I am and I'm supposed to be hidden, and they run away. So you really can end attacks. Explore with this. You can do this. So thank you for joining me on this cool journey of going from victim into kicking butt. If you have not yet downloaded the ebook, please do that, and please print out the page with those questions on it. It's better to have that page printed out than if you're in the middle of an attack and you start to go, oh, I think I'm being attacked, and then to try to find the page in the ebook and then print it out and download it. Like, get it now, print out that page, just have that around somewhere that you can find it if you ever need that. Like, just have that handy. And 2, please share this. I am here to change the world. And the way I know to do that is to help other people who are also here to change the world, like you, to find more of your truth and who you are and step out of the illusions and the distortions and tangles of this reality and start to be you. And what if you being you changes the world? Like, that's where I'm going. So if you know of other people, especially people who are struggling, please send them this video. If you hear people who are like, oh, I'm under attack, or whatever, send them this video. And you're not only giving them hope, but solutions to how they can solve that right then and there. So please share this with other people so we can change this crazy stuff here. In the next episode, in program 2E, why is interference messing with us? I've already kind of given you the secret in this episode, but we're going to go into more detail. It's like, what if it's not because you're a bad person? What if interference is messing with you because you have the capacity to be aware and you're well connected and you have these gifts and capacities and you have access to magic and potency, and they're scared of you. And if you can step into that, they go away. Ooh. So in the next episode, we're going to look at your magic and your capacities, and like, what if it's what's right about you? Not what's wrong about you. So we'll see you in the next episode.